Hi, everybody. We are in the third intention of the Transforming Suffering into Wisdom book, the book that I'm reading now, hoping that this will provide some aid, some assistance during this time of crisis that we're in. We're right at the beginning of the third intention. The third intention may be the most important segment of the book. It occupies almost a third of the book, maybe a little bit more. It's called Be Fearless and Forgiving in the Midst of Suffering. And we're going to unpack this intention, many details of it. There's many learnings and teachings to come from it over the next probably several weeks of 10-minute talks or so. Today, what I want to do, how I want to start this, is by reading the first chapter, which is called Betrayal. It's a 2-page chapter. And it's a description of one of my early experiences, most powerful experiences, working with this particular practice, this particular intention of being fearless and forgiving in the midst of suffering. I learned so much from these experiences, and particularly the most powerful experiences. I hope this will be of value and in some way set the tone and the challenge for moving forward and learning about the details of how this works. So again, from Transforming Suffering into Wisdom, intention number 3, Betrayal. I'm at work. It is the middle of the day, and I discover in an inadvertent phone call that I have been betrayed by a close friend. This is a friendship I have been pleased to have, and that has been growing closer over the past few months. As soon as I can get out of the office, I leave and drive home. My mind is overwhelmed with confusion, a jumble of stories, questions, and feelings. In shock, I can't focus, but I am eager to get home, where I know I will immediately do the practice of the third intention. I pull into the driveway, drop all the contents of my work in the kitchen, and rush out to my back porch. There, I begin to pace. I have too much energy in my body to tolerate sitting. But regardless, I know that in every moment, I must let my thoughts go and focus precisely, exclusively, and fearlessly on the feelings in my body. For an hour, I pace back and forth rapidly and without rest. Each time a thought arises, I let it go. But my mind is a swarm of thoughts, each of them glued, it seems, to a gut-wrenching feeling. Sorrow at the loss of my friendship. Anger at the betrayal. Indignation at the details of the situation. Despair and anxiety as I consider what I might do next. And each time one of these thoughts arises, I let it go, separating it from the feelings and bring my fierce focus back to how the feelings feel in my body, to the sorrow and the lump in my throat, to the despair which feels like nausea in my belly, to the rage that seems to impetuously and rapidly move my limbs through the cool air across the porch, to a scream ready to be launched between my jaw and my ears. At one point, I'm so lost in rage, I have the image of Macbeth and murder in my mind. And that too I let go to feel the underlying feelings and how the feelings shift in my body, accumulating space, roiling, changing locations, and then finally coming down to a fire of rage in my belly. Much of my energy spent. I sit down, half relieved, but no less focused and intent on meeting each moment of rage. I know I'm not finished. I have been fearless with my attention, but as I sit, I feel forgiveness inside me toward myself as much as my friend. And as I feel the burning sense of fire still fierce in my stomach, I can see its flame rising into my chest, filling my torso. As the flames grow more precise in my feeling observation, something strange happens. An aroma of roses begins to surround me. The fire begins to smolder, and the smoldering red ashes assume the shape of red roses, rising up out of my belly and into my chest. The fire of rage becomes completely subsumed by the bouquet of roses and its aroma, and disappears into it. I am done, spent, and free. There is no more anger in me, no more thoughts or stories to rehearse. I am weary, if at peace. I realize that it is all about the other person now, not me. There is nothing that I need to do other than possibly set a limit or a boundary in my relationship next time we meet. But the real realization is of the power of the third intention, to be fearless and forgiving in the midst of suffering. Something that might have taken me weeks to get through was over in an hour. It's pretty incredible stuff. I'll give you much gentler teachings as we go on with smaller feelings. This was incredibly powerful, transformative. I'm not sure that so much transformation would have happened if I had smoldered on this for several weeks. So it's an incredible practice of building wisdom. So I look forward to the next few lessons. As you'll see, you're going to begin to see how does suffering come to us? What's its structure? How do we pull it apart? How do we meditate with it? Many things are going to be illuminated, I hope, in the next few weeks. So and starting tomorrow. So thank you very much. Look forward to talking again.